if some father and mother have health care for their kid lined up who's trans, just stay the out of their business. Like, and let them make that decision.
This also now includes two people that stood up to Bill Maher's stupid. He's become just like an old cranky right-winger, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He was doing all like right-wing Fox News points about the LA fires, and he knows better. He lives here. But okay, Chris Hayes, hero of democracy. I don't watch his show or listen to his stupid podcast, but anyway.
He's very good.
Maher suggested the Democratic Party needs to reroute themselves. I think he was talking about trans kids. He said it's a majority. Hayes said it is a majority issue, which is like if some father and mother have health care for their kid lined up who's trans, just stay out of their business. Let them make that decision. Thank you. And then so Bill Maher said, well, the argument is whether the child should make the decision. And Chris Hayes said the child is never making the decision. The parents are always making the decisions. Parents consent to medical care. Hayes rebutted, blowing past Maher's incorrect claim that California law allows surgeries for minors without parental consent. He's just doing right-wing talking points, which leads us to Bill Burr, comedian, hero of democracy. He took Maher to task over over campus protests about Gaza and cancel culture. Maher said the protesters supporting Gazans are in with the terrorists. Bill Burr said they were for the Palestinians. I am on the side of the kids. And Burr they had a whole discussion. Burr said, "Stop talking like you're a general." So because Maher said there's a very simple solution to this problem in the Middle East: stop attacking Israel. And Burr said, "Oh, well, you just solved it. That's fantastic. Let's go to Russia and the Ukraine." How do you solve that one, Bill? Let me hear your hard-nosed decision about that one.
Snark.
He said, "Why can't Putin just do a podcast with the head guy? Like you just solved the Middle East on a podcast." And Maher said, "This is why this is not your thing. This is my thing."
Oh.
And Burr said, "This isn't your thing. It isn't. You're like the guy that has a fantasy football team and thinks he's a GM. That's exactly what it is. Like, why am I listening to you? Like, well, you've done something. What have you done in Washington? Nothing," Burr said. Thank you, Bill Burr.
And Bill Burr will never be welcomed back.
You've got to, what do we keep saying? Message with the fierce urgency of now, as we would say. Profile picture, or excuse me, Tristan Snell said Trump is doing by executive order what he is too weak to do by legislation. He does not have the votes in Congress. He wouldn't be able to get any of this passed if he tried. He's the weakest incoming president in 50 years. That is a great point. Do not feel powerless. He is losing in court because of exactly what Tristan said. He couldn't get any of this done legally. He is not strong. That is weakness. Representative Maxwell Frost, one of the Youngs.
Yes.
Yes.
Obviously, everybody knows we're in the minority, but, we have to make this decision. Do we want to act like we're in the minority or do we want to act like the opposition? And the fact of the matter is, of course, our institutional levers that we can pull to stop these things are limited. But the things we can do, we should do them. Even if ultimately it doesn't stop something, should work to delay, to obstruct, to try to stop the things that are going to negatively impact our constituents.
By the way, speaking of the Youngs, Bella explained the whole Kendrick Lamar Drake fight during the first segment last hour.
Yeah.
I
just
felt like I was too old for the halftime show. I just didn't get it. But now the headline, MAGA rages over pagan satanic DEI halftime show.
Oh
now I love it. Now I love it.
If you missed
whatever makes MAGA mad, I love it.
If you missed Bella talking about the country, explaining it,
yes,
you can hear it on the Out of the Gate podcast later on today.
Yeah.
In your podcast feed.
Yeah. You Youngs. All right, here's another young part two, Maxwell Frost.
We can show up to these federal buildings and make sure that people across the country know exactly what's going on, and the fact that a lot of their federal elected officials have been shut out from the process. And it's not even just Democrats, it's Republicans too in Congress that have no idea what's going on. They're just not saying anything because they bow to Elon Musk, they bow to Donald Trump.
By the way, we keep saying it's not about chronological age. It's about the urgency. There's our friend Maxine Waters is there at the doors, like banging down the door. And she's effective because Trump's like, hey, I saw that lowlife Maxine Waters, which is his code for N-word. Right? So that lowlife was there. It's like she still has that same fire and that same urgency about what's happening. Oh, hey there, it's Stephanie Miller. If you're like me and you love sharp political insight, pointy, you like it pointy and sharp, bold opinions, and a touch of humor to make sense of these crazy times, have I got some fantastic news for you. The Political Voices Network is now on Substack. This is your new go-to for the best in independent media. We're talking about my show streaming daily with episodes on demand, the fearless of journalism of Brian Karem, the brilliant side-splitting satire of John Fugelsang, the unrelenting working class advocacy of Rick Smith, and so much more. Here's the best part. Subscribing is so easy. You can join for free or go to the extra mile. Support these incredible independent voices by signing up for a full subscription starting at just $8. You'll get access to exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and a chance to directly fuel fearless, unfiltered media. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to politicalvoicesnetwork.com. Hit that subscribe button and become part of the movement keeping truth alive in an era of corporate media overload. Every subscription helps, especially yours. One more time, that is politicalvoicesnetwork.com. Sign up now. Do it.